Hello, my peepers. Welcome to a new episode of What's New in Shalene's Neck of the Woods. So, we're working on part 2 of the rabbit, and I worked on a scrap piece of paper to figure out what I want to do for the background and on the framework. So, let's get coloring, and I'm still working with my Marco Refines or Refines. So today I'm like, cool, I can get some stuff done around the house. I don't have to babysit. So I was finishing up some laundry because I didn't do it over the weekend from being sick. And then Amber asked me if Dylan picked me up when he got out of work, if I would watch the boys. Well, first she wanted to bring them here. And I said, no, Scott will be sleeping. So she says, well, Dylan can pick you up. Can you watch them for a couple hours? Her dad gave them the money to go Christmas shopping for the boys. So I said, okay. So I did color today. I've actually finished, if I can find it. I have to show you what that little bugger cat's done to my book. They're going to be banned out of this room when I'm not in it. Okay, so I did finish this yesterday or this morning. I used my Black Widow and Scorpion pencils. I used my gel pens. I wrote down Posca pen, but it wasn't. This is my Uniball pen, and she's back. And then this is my Prismacolor pastels for the background. But I have to show you what she's doing to my book. See all my nice little tabs? Yeah, she's chewed them. And some are missing. Because like these tabs on the top means those pages are already colored. So I can just flip to those pages. And then these green ones are ones that I wanted to do this month. But today's what? The 13th. That ain't going to happen. And then these are like what I'm working on. I'm working on this with Aaron. And then this is my color along. So, anyways, I'm missing some of the tabs. I've got one laying here. I don't know where it came from. Scott says he doesn't know when she's doing that because whenever he's seen her in here, she's sleeping. And I said, yeah, same. But I know it's her because I caught her chewing on it last night when I was coloring in this. So, yeah, she's been a booger. Little bit. Just a little bit. So, I'm working on colors. Trying to figure out what I want to do. Bit of a pink nose. Do a little bit of pink in here. Pearl, stop! No. See, she's already going after my tabs. She's being naughty. No. You know, Anne, you're always yelling at Oliver, and I think it's funny, but after having to deal with Pearl since setting up all of this in here, it's not so funny. Sorry, I had to check on my phone. I should have filled my water cup with more water. Okay, let's see. Let's do the eye. And I'm trying to figure out what color I want to make those. I was going to do them blue, but I decided to use the blue marquee for this sharp marquee. Oh my gosh. Decided to use this blue Sharpie for the background. So I don't really want to do these blue. But I don't want to do them green. Could do them a purplish magenta color because they'll kind of match the leaves, so I might do that. And let me work on some more greens. I don't really want to do yellows and oranges, do I? No, not with the blue. I don't think so. And that was a pink. Let me go in and do a little bit more layering. So I babysat the boys while they went Christmas shopping. I was hoping I wouldn't have to go anywhere today so my body could like get over this stupid virus thing. And then that's what Blake has too. He started his on Sunday. And Amber said it I forgot what she called it, but it is going around. And it takes a few days for it to go away on its own. Like, well, I know mine's getting better. But I changed like 3 diapers just within the 3 or 4, well, I got there a little after 4. She changed his poopy diaper before they left. And they got back at 8. He didn't go to bed till 7:30. So between 4:30 and 7:30, I had changed 3 more diapers. Okay. I know, I'm just sitting here contemplating colors. I want it sharp. Okay, I need a different sharpener or something. I want a better tip on it. Ooh, that's much better. So I used this, and I ended up with this. So I'd say that was a better sharpener. I've been getting some pretty Christmas cards from some of you peepers, and I have loved them all. Some of them have been handmade, which are even better. So I want to thank you so much for my Christmas cards. I did not send any out except for a couple of giveaways that I did and my pen pals. I just couldn't do it. The postage, because of postage, I couldn't do it. Okay. Should have left my phone in the other room. I'm sorry about that. So I watched Santa Claus 2 and started watching number 3 with the boys. Well, they weren't watching Santa Claus 2. Plus I was feeding them dinner. Oh boy. I got an invitation for Scott and I, for my dad's side, to get together to celebrate Christmas on the 23rd. My dad's side, he is the oldest of 6. There is, how many of us? Second generation. There's 2, 4, 7, 9 of us. And then I don't even know how many of third generation there is. Well, actually, there would just be I'm not sure. There's a lot of us. It's a big family. So it ended up being that we didn't get together anymore on Christmas Eve. It's always been on Christmas Eve. But we had to stop doing that because the family had gotten so big, there wasn't room for all of us. And because of the families getting so big, not everybody could do it. You know, everybody's married, and not everybody, but most of us are married. So have in-laws and all that stuff, so it got to be really hard. I am the only one with the fourth generation. I am the oldest of the second generation. As my grandparents are no longer with us, so I consider my dad, aunts, and uncles to be the first generation right now, and not all of them are married. I have an aunt who's not married, and 2 of my aunts don't have children. And then my sister doesn't have any kids, and I have 3 cousins who don't have kids. So the rest of us have kids. My younger cousins have young children, whereas I have my boys that are in their 20s. And I have a cousin who has one son in college, and the other one may be a senior in high school, and then the rest of the kids are all like in elementary school of cousins. So, and then Dylan and Blake are the only ones for the next generation. And that my mom was an only child, so my sister and I are the only 2 kids, and then I am the only one that had kids. So anyways, we've always gotten together on Christmas Eve since I was a little girl, and then it stopped a few years ago because it was too hard to get everybody all together and where to have it. So just my dad and my mom and his siblings and spouses would get together on Christmas Eve just for them. But this year they decided to do something, I guess. So we have to take a dish to pass and our own drinks. And it's only like 10 minutes from our house, so it's not too bad. Oh, So, I know I'm coloring slow today. Can you actually believe it? I am coloring slow. I don't know why. Just am. Just kind of, I thought of things to talk about earlier today, and then I ended up babysitting and it all went out the window. So I had Dylan pick me up that sub, so I had a quarter of it. I gotta eat. Now I'm getting my appetite back, but only certain things sound good. And what I had in the house, like I have split pea soup. I really don't want that right now. And I have New England clam chowder. I don't want that right now. And I had a Tuscan chicken soup that's a little spicy. Didn't want that. So I was going to take a gallon of water with me because their water is not drinkable, and they keep forgetting to buy water. So I left it on the table on accident, but they had I took a gallon yesterday and never brought it home, so that was still there. So I'm like, good, I'll have my cup of soup. So I had chicken noodle cup of soup that I carry in my daily bag when I regularly babysit. So I go in the kitchen and went, oh yeah, I didn't bring it because I only came here for a couple hours. So there went the idea of having a cup of soup. They don't have anything in their house. So I'm like, okay, now what do I do? So I had taken crackers with me and 2 halos. So I love oranges. I'm not really supposed to have them with diabetes, but I have them once in a while. My doctor told me to buy pears and apples and watermelon and cantaloupe. But I haven't been to the store, and I want to finish my oranges. I didn't eat an orange. I did have a couple of my unsalted saltine crackers. And then I text Dylan, will you please pick up a sub for me? So he called me and said, call it in, we'll pick it up, put it in my name. I said, okay. So I got a whole one, it'll last me the next 2 days. But I didn't want to eat too much because I haven't hardly been eating, so I only ate a quarter of it. It was so good. I usually get, well, for some reason, if my sinuses are really bothering me to the point where it's made me nauseous, I don't know what it is with usually an Italian assorted sub or a fresh fruit salad. I don't know if it's the acidity in something. It makes my nausea go away from my sinuses draining. It's the only things that I crave when my sinuses are acting up, and the only thing that makes me feel better. I have no idea why. It's really weird. But that's what works for me. I did have a scrambled egg this morning. And 1 slice of toast. And then actually the other thing I had for lunch that I shouldn't have, but you know what? It tasted good and I actually ate it all. And that was the little bowl of spaghetti and homemade meatballs that I had. And they didn't bother me. So I must be starting to feel better. And the only reason I ate that is because it was all I had. And I really didn't plan on going anywhere for the day, so I wanted to see how it would act up for me. So, yeah. It is now 10:05 p.m. I have a lot of pictures in this book that I really wanted to finish this month. Don't know. It just was one of these books that I wanted to really get done on. I just saw a post on Bennett Klein's group. I don't know how many of you are in his Facebook group or like Bennett Klein, but he is going to be coming out with a Baby Dragons coloring book. I have his Dragons coloring book, but I cannot wait for the Baby Dragons. Love Baby Dragons. You know, I was wide awake when I started coloring. Now that I've sat down, the house is very quiet. Scott's gone to work. The animals are all fed. I'm in my PJs. And it's like, bam, you're tired. I don't want to be tired. I want to do a video. I want to color this. I came up with an idea of things I want to do on here. I'm learning so much from doing tutorials, even though I have copied a lot of them, and you know, I use the colors that they recommended and all that. It's still my coloring, and I do tweak it a little bit. But I really enjoy coloring that way. But it also helps me work on my own. I keep using the same green, so that's why I'm going to change a little bit of this. So, how many of you are coloring this page? And if you have this book, how many pages have you finished in this book? Inquiring minds want to know. And if you're not coloring this page or in this coloring book, what are you coloring? Have you had any finishes recently? And Amber Petals is a peeper who leaves comments, and she emails me a lot. And I really like her. She's really nice. She likes to give me ideas. Not about the coloring so much, but tips on other things. And I was talking about my black ink in my printer, and it's getting costly. But I went on Amazon, and it is only $15, so I don't know what I was thinking. Must have been the color I was thinking of. It was $30 for my last cartridge because I bought the 2 times, which is I'm supposed to be able to get 2 times more pictures out of the black ink or printable things than I don't know if I did. I don't need a colored cartridge. So the animals were all fed and now they're all sound asleep. I watched yesterday's and today's episode of General Hospital before Dylan came and picked me up. And I DVR'd Riverdale because I knew that I probably wouldn't be back on time, and I wasn't. I was home at like 10 after 8, so I'll watch that tomorrow. Okay, there's that. Now, I have an idea. If I did those like a golden colors. That might work. Okay, let's try that. Go in light. Does anybody have a favorite Christmas? I don't know if I have a favorite Christmas. How much time do I have? 38 minutes. I might have to shut this down real quick. My stomach's grumbling just a tiny bit. I don't trust it. So, give me a few more minutes. My one Christmas that I have a big memory of was we woke up without any power. And so we cooked. I was a kid, teenager, and we had a wood burning stove, so the ham and everything got cooked on top of that wood burning stove. I do remember that Christmas. as far as remembering things that like I got for Christmas, or my favorite things I got for Christmas, I'm drawing a blank as far as a child. Last year, Scott and Justin made me cry first, and then Amber made me cry a little bit afterwards. I like to play Sims, and I had Sims 4. My computer was lagging bad with the games, and I needed, my computer was built for me as a gaming system, and so I needed all new hardware in there. And I knew it was going to cost quite a bit of money. So I just, I mentioned it to Scott and Justin. The different things that I would like. Justin and I had already priced everything, so I already knew it was going to be like $900 for me to upgrade my computer for where I needed it to be to play my games. So Christmas Day came, and there were gifts from Justin, gifts from Scott, and gifts from both of them. And it was everything that I needed to upgrade my computer. And it made me cry. And Justin said it actually wasn't as much as I thought, because he bought a lot of stuff as bundles. So I said, well, that's good. Actually, I like these colors to do the stars. So I was thrilled. And then I got into coloring big time and haven't really played the games. I did for a long time, first couple months after I got Justin's friend. He's the one that built my computer. So I called him. I said, guess what? I have everything I need. Can you come and upgrade everything? And he said, yep. He said, do you have this, this, and this? I said, yep. So he was here a couple hours, got everything all upgraded and ready to go. And I played Sims for a long time after that. And then got into the coloring. So that was my big thing I got last Christmas. And then we left and went to Dylan's for a couple hours, or a short time, before we went to my parents, and I got a blanket that was ordered that says something about grandmothers. And I can't remember if it has Blake and Carson's name on it, but yeah, that was like the best gift. The worst gift I've ever had? Did any of you have the worst gift you ever got? I don't think, there was ever a time I got a really bad gift. I don't think I have gotten a bad gift. Yeah, I'm still contemplating colors. You know me, I'm a fast color. Look at this is all I've gotten done today. I should have gotten more done. What is up with that? Okay, let's go with this green and do this. I'm sure there's been Christmases where I was disappointed, but offhand, I can't think of any of those either. I do have a funny story though, and I'll need to tell that tomorrow. I'm going to have to make a note of it. What's the time? 47 minutes. And when the boys were young, I was a stay-at-home mom. We didn't have much money, so all my Christmas gifts were always handmade. I either did painted on t-shirts, did appliques on shirts, or you got cross-stitched items. Which my family prefers the homemade. So do I. Homemade gifts are the best. And I put in a lot more time cross-stitching than I do coloring, if you can believe that. I only color a couple hours a day. I cross-stitched almost from the time I got up till the time I went to bed. No lie. Okay, what colors did I use there? Because obviously I should have done that here too. That's good enough. That's the edge of it. I cross-stitched for hours, and because I didn't work, I stayed up late. I stayed up till midnight, 1 a.m. cross-stitching, and I'd be up at 7 with the boys. Sorry about that. I watched a lot of TV. And cross-stitched a lot. Okay, time 50 minutes. Let me finish up this color and I'll say goodbye for tonight. And then I do not plan on babysitting tomorrow. I like it. I like it. In fact, I have the last load in the dryer now. So fold that up, then I can put my laundry away. Tomorrow, I don't know what I'm going to tackle. I think maybe, I don't know what that was. I think maybe I will tackle my old sitting room and see what I can bring in here. Because those shelves are coming down from that room and coming in here. Something felt like it shifted underneath the trailer. That's what it felt like under my feet. So yeah, I might work a little bit on that tomorrow. I know it's going to be a while till he can actually work on this room. So I'll at least make it so that it's user-friendly for me. There's that. And I'm going to call it a day, my peepers. Hopefully we can finish this tomorrow. I already know what I'm doing, and I'm using the gel pen and Sharpies. And I gotta color him. He's gonna be gray. So he'll be done in pencil. The bird will be done in pencil. These vines will be done in colored pencil probably. I don't know, they might be done in gel pen, a green gel pen. So tomorrow shouldn't take me as long. But that's it for today, my peepers. Thank you so much for watching and for listening to me babble on. And we actually only had Pearl for a couple minutes. And she really didn't bother us too much. So stay tuned for a new episode of What's New in Shalene's Neck of the Woods. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.